Hi there. One of the members of my YouTube channel asked if I could do a pumpkin spice monkey bread this fall, and it sounded like a good idea to me. Now, there's an easy way to make monkey bread using canned biscuit dough, and there's a hard way, which is making it from scratch. Of course, I had to do it the hard way, but it still wasn't very hard. And I hope you like the result. We start by warming up a cup of milk so it's about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. To this, we mix in 2½ teaspoons of yeast, which is about the same as a packet of yeast, plus some sugar. Then cover it and let the yeast bloom for several minutes. It doesn't take long, and now we add 2 eggs, melted butter, salt, and 1 cup of flour. And now we can start mixing. Once it's all combined, we add 4 more cups of flour and let it mix for about 8 minutes until our dough is ready. These days, monkey bread is easy to make because all you do is use biscuit dough from the store. But even though making the dough from scratch requires more effort, it's definitely worth it because it's much better. It's also less expensive and you get a lot of dough. Now at this point, we coat it with flour and roll it into a ball. Then we place it into a greased bowl and make sure it's completely coated with oil. Now we cover the lid and let the dough rise for at least 2 hours, or you can put it in the refrigerator and let it rise overnight. While the dough is rising, we can prepare the pumpkin spice filling for the monkey bread, and that comes in 2 parts. In a saucepan, we melt some butter and mix in a lot of brown sugar. To this, we add a cup of pumpkin puree. Then we melt 4 ounces of cream cheese and stir it all together. The other part is a mixture of spices, namely cinnamon, powdered ginger, mace, ground cloves, and nutmeg. And now we can bring out the dough. Here's where we do exactly what we would do if we used canned biscuit dough, and that is tearing small pieces off of the dough and rolling them into balls. We tear up all of the dough and make these dough balls, and that takes about 20 minutes with a mound of dough this big. Now we can get a container with a lid, add a lot of sugar, and mix in the pumpkin spice mix. Now we add in our dough balls and shake it up so that the dough balls are completely covered with the sugary spice mix. And the hard part is over, and we're ready to start baking. Monkey bread is usually made in a bundt cake pan, and here we're using a cast iron cake pan. The cake pan needs to be greased so the bread won't stick, and I like to use margarine spread to coat the inside of the pan when I bake. We add about half of the sugary dough balls into the pan and pour half of the pumpkin sauce over them. Then we add the rest of the dough balls and pour on the rest of the sauce. And with that, the cake pan goes into the oven to bake at 350 degrees for 35 minutes. I was worried that I'd use too big of a cake pan, but the dough expanded far greater than I expected. Oh man, in here I thought that bundt pan was too big. And after only 35 minutes, here is our monkey bread. And all we do now is let it cool for 20 minutes, and then it's time for the flip. And here is our favorite part, the part that I always dread. Still, looks like it's pulling away pretty good, so that is a good sign. I just better make sure it doesn't catch here. Now, let's do it. The other. Okay. Alright. Let's get this here and didn't expect that. Okay, there we go. Alright. The moment we all dread. A 1, a 2. Ha-ha! We have success! Boy, look at it too. And now all we have to do is prepare a very simple glaze for the bread. This is just a mixture of powdered sugar and milk, and we mix it until it reaches the right consistency. Then we generously cover the cake in the glaze. And our monkey bread is ready to serve. Simply pick apart the pieces and enjoy. It's called monkey bread because of the way you pull apart the bread, and that certainly adds to its appeal. But even doing this the hard way, it was still easy to make, and the results were good enough that I'll certainly be making this again. And whether you do it the easy way or the hard way, I certainly hope you do it because you definitely won't regret it. Thank you for watching.